Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Little Ray's Nature Center here in Ottawa. My name is Lee, and we're in a alligator habitat this morning. We're actually with Lady. Lady's been around with Little Rays for about 25 years. She's our biggest alligator that we have, and that's exactly what she is. She's an American alligator. Now, Lady over here is an animal that was rescued, probably came in the pet trade, and was rescued. And this is a common way alligators get in. People bring them in when they're just tiny little guys. They come in different ways. We've had people smuggling them in their jackets stitched into the linings. We've had a number of different ways that animals get in. And people buy them when they're tiny little animals and they go, this is a perfect animal for me to have at home. And normally what happens is once these gators get to around about 3 or 4 feet in length, that's often when people think about it and go, is this really, or was this really a smart idea? Maybe we need to rehome this animal. And that's often when we get these guys in. But Little Ray's had Lady over here for about 25 years. And we come in, we do regular enclosure maintenance here at the zoo. She doesn't only live by herself. We also have about a 90 to 100 pound alligator snapping turtle that lives in here with her. And he often comes around. You may be lucky enough to see him. But you can see Lady over here. She's come up onto the dock area because we do training with our animals. And training is a part of enrichment, which is a number of different reasons for this. Is one, just to enrich the animal's life. So she's not just sitting there getting a chunk of food on the end of a stick and as much as she eats. She actually has to work for it, like what she would do in the wild. And Lady over here has been trained. She's very, very used to being around people. She's met many, many birthday kids and families throughout the years that she's been with us. And you'll notice when we come in here, I always have a crocodile bite deflection apparatus. To most people, this is a stick or a piece of PVC pipe. We have a name for it because this helps us keep the animal under control. We don't beat them with it. It's just enough to block them or to gently touch them on the nose to make them realize that's where they have to stop. So Lady over here, we've got her pretty much trained to a point where she'll come to this spot on the habitat, and if we show her some food with a cue, like a whistle, and we show her this, she'll actually open her mouth. So let's try this and see what happens. Lady, open. Come, Lady. There she opens the mouth, and she gets her reward. What we're feeding here is croc chow. This is a Missouri croc chow. It's a formulated diet for zoos and aquariums for crocodilians. And it's just like a dog biscuit. It's got all the nutritional value and fat that they have. So we use these to help get the nutritional value in, but also great for training. And you can see they love it. Lady will do anything for these pieces. And if you are dealing with young crocodilians, if you're in a zoo or bigger, it might take them a little bit to get used to them. They do come in different sizes. But you can see Lady over here, she does love them. Come, Lady. We're going to land nice and close, and there you get the jaw slap. So Lady over here does only have 3 legs. She's missing a leg and had to be amputated when it got grabbed by another gator and actually broke the leg. And what happens with crocodilians is they actually cut off the blood circulation to that limb to prevent blood loss. And what actually happened is the vet checked her out. They tried to save the leg and splint it, but the circulation to the leg had been cut off already, and it's actually started to go gangrenous. So secondary infection started to set in, and the decision was made it would be better for her to actually remove that leg to stop the infection from spreading up. So she copes very, very well. This happened years and years and years ago, and animals adapt well to situations like that. Now, Lady does live on her own here. She wants another treat. She knows. She's showing me. She's opened her mouth there. But if you have a look at the structure of an alligator, their eyes, their nose, and their ears are all in a nice straight line on the top of their head. Alligators have got like more of a U-shaped snout, whereas crocodiles have a bit more of a pointy V-shaped snout. And this is not a black and white rule of thumb. These work in areas where you find alligators and crocodiles down in the States overlapping. But when you get into other parts of the crocodilian family, like caiman and things, they're actually closer related to alligators, but they look very similar to the crocodilian. So it's kind of hard for people to decipher which one's which. Now, the fun thing with crocodilians is that they get a bad reputation because they're such a ferocious animal, and they'll come up and look at her. She's sitting here waiting for her treats. She doesn't engage until I give her the cues. Look at that. I still have my stick blocking ready in case I need to. So my stick's right here. But I call her up. Come, Lady. She opens. She gets her treat. There she gets her biscuit. And super well behaved animal. And that just shows you, even in zoos, we do work like this. This also helps us check the animal's body condition, makes us check, lets us check any other health conditions. We can get it to go onto a scale if we need it to by using treats. So my positive reinforcement there, she's showing me again, she's like, hey, I want another one. And there we give her the food.
I have a couple people. Tracy says hi, and her grade 7 and 8 classes are watching.
Hi Tracy, welcome. Thanks for joining on board with us.
And your sister-in-law saying hello.
Hi everybody, it's great to be back, and we'll be back online. So to Katrina out there. And I'm sure Nanny's mom will join on, my mom and dad. We've got a couple of people going on. We had one
your mom's watching, yeah.
that wanted a talk on the alligators here today. So I've always been fascinated with the crocodilian family because not only are they so feared, but they're also such nurturing parents. You can imagine when this female alligator over here is ready for breeding season out in the wild, the males will fight for the rights to breed with the females. Your dominant bulls will go, they'll get the rights after fighting the other males off. And they will copulate with those females, and then once the females are ready to lay the egg, she leaves that area, and they'll go and lay the eggs by digging a hole in the sand on the side of the bank. They'll sometimes there's mulch and leaves, litter and things like that around that they'll actually lay the eggs into. They'll close that hole back up, and the alligators go back into the water system, but they never go far away from their nest, because what happens is as soon as those babies start to hatch out, that's what they're waiting for. And all the mother alligator waits for the next 90 to 120 days is this tiny little chirping sound. And that tiny little chirping sound goes just like this, goes, ow, ow. And that tiny sound tells mom that I've hatched, come and get me. And mom alligator goes back to the nest site, she digs the hole open, she finds the tiny little babies, and she picks them up and puts them in the lower part of her jaw. It drops down like a pouch. And she will carry the babies down to the nursery part of the river, which is a very slow flowing part of the river. There's an abundance of food like frogs and small fish and bugs and things. Is what these little guys live on when they're babies. And she goes to and from the nest a couple of times. And in between that time, a number of predators will come in and start trying to eat those eggs, whether it be lizards or monitor lizards, whether it be raccoons, things like that, anything they can, coyotes, foxes, whatever's around there. Come across that nest, they'll start trying to eat those babies. Herons, birds of prey, and mom has to come back quickly and chase them away and pick up the next load of babies. And on the very last time back at the nest, she can hear a baby calling, a tiny little sound, ow, ow. And mom's wondering where that baby is. She doesn't walk away. She looks around that nest site till she finds that baby. And when she finds out that the baby's not hatched out, he's actually stuck inside his egg, the maternal instincts in these guys tells them to pick that egg up ever so gently, those massive powerful jaws that they have with those massive teeth, to bite down enough to safely get those babies out of that shell and then carry them down to meet their brothers and sisters. They'll then stay around the babies, and as soon as the baby's given an alarm call, mom will come racing in there to chase any enemies away, whether it be another alligator, whether it be any person or anything else that might be a threat to those babies. And they, depending on the species, some of them stay around for a year, some up to 3 years, protecting those offspring. So they've definitely got those maternal instincts, and that's what's really, really fascinating for us. Now, you can see this massive, powerful tail that they use for swimming. These guys, and alligators especially, have been seen doing it down in the Everglades, where alligators have swum down in the bottom of the pond, and there's a baby bird that's come out of its nest and ready to kind of fledge. These guys would actually shoot themselves right up vertical out of the water to grab baby birds over the low hanging branches over the water's edge. And they're just so well adapted to that life in the river system. Alligators live between 60 and 80 years. Females like lady over here, they can get as big as about 10 feet, weigh about 300 pounds. Whereas males can get up to about 14 feet and weigh about 800 pounds. So they do range in size. Males are bigger than females. We're going to give Lady, she's been so patient over here. Going to get her up, give her the big alligator smile there. And we're going to give her another treat. And we do this regularly for our shows to help train her, keep her active and within weight conditions. She also gets a variety of food with us. Not only does Lady get the croc chow, but she also gets chicken, whole chickens that come from farms that have died on the farm, and we can use them. She also gets rodents. She gets fish that we get from the stores that we bring in. She gets organ meat that we can buy from the stores as well. We're also getting a lot of donations and things coming in of different meat sources and things, which is great because these guys can definitely use it. So it's an awesome opportunity for us to be able to show you a show like this where we're able to bring up an alligator and show people the gentler side of them. We're always used to watching them on TV, National Geographic and things like that, where they show these alligators and crocodiles come flying out the water and grabbing their prey and pulling them in. And that sometimes creates a bad vibe. Although that's nature and very natural what's happening there, they can be used to people, and that's something that we like to show you. So she doesn't want to come up and bite us. She knows that when we come in and we give her treats, we can call her. Or she knows that when we come in to clean the windows and I climb in the water, she knows because I don't whistle that it's safe for me to do that, as long as I have my stick and my person watching, my spotter, that we can actually go in the water with them and actually clean the habitats out.
Mary's just asking what the treats are again. She missed that part.
So, Mary, the treats that we're using right now, this is from Missouri. It's called Missouri Croc Chow. They come in different sizes. And it's just like a biscuit. It gives them all the nutrients. It's formulated. We use them for training and for little treats in between if we're doing stuff with them. Just to keep the alligators moving and used to people. It goes well with the turtles will eat it. Our snapping turtles will eat these guys too. It's a good source of all the nutrients that they would be getting from different proteins and things like that as well. So just a really good food from Missouri. Awesome, guys. We hope you guys have enjoyed the presentation today and enjoyed seeing Lady, our American alligator. If you guys come to visit us, maybe on one of our private tours, as that's how we are running tours right now, are private. You can book in on info@lrnc.ca. We'd like to thank everyone for all the continuous support that we've been getting throughout the time. It's helped us keep going. Little Ray and his wife Sherry have been really working hard in the background, trying to work through this and keep it going. Very, very stressful time. It's been great for them. They got away this last weekend to have a bit of a time off. Julie, who's out in BC right now, has not BC, Alberta. Sorry, she's in Alberta. She actually just broke her ankle yesterday, so we wish her a speedy recovery. But
and to everyone, we have like over 60 people watching.
Yeah, we have a ton of people, all the supporters that have come online to watch our shows and presentations. We will be back a lot more now during the weeks, and might be an upcoming change where we are joining our Facebook pages together from our Hamilton location and our Ottawa location. But that's something to keep an eye out for. But right now, we will be doing our presentations at 11:30 every day. On weekends, on Saturday, come and join on and watch, I think it's Brianne, from Costa Rica doing the shows there, and she's doing it from the butterfly gardens that she works at. It's awesome, all about bugs and butterflies and the life and diversity of animals down there that they get to work with. So keep tuned in on that. But again, thanks so much for all the support. That's what keeps us going and what keeps us our passion alive. We did do a great talk on the weekend for Heroes for Wildlife with Sober Creek that asked us to do that. So a big shout out to them for organizing these events where we were able to do a worldwide talk for reptile. I was doing it on reptile rehabilitation. They asked us to do a section on that, on habitats and how to set up a habitat and stuff like this. So a great thing that they're doing. So a lot of us on board, and it's by having the support and the followers like you guys that actually allows us to keep doing and keep this passion alive. So thank you guys for joining on today. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11:30 with another amazing adventure here at Little Ray's Nature Center, and we'll catch you live tomorrow.